Okay there, this is part 2 of wood cutting. Alright, so stay tuned for some excitement here in just a minute.
I'm going to do a top cut, and then I'm going to do a bottom cut.
What I didn't realize is that I was about to get in trouble.
That's how it works sometimes. Oh, here's what you do. So, in a pinch, you can either use another saw or make another cut. Okay, but usually that's not an option.
Or you can use these little plastic wedges. I've got these here with the metal head, and I've had these for quite a while. I'll be leaving a link where you can get something like this below. But then I'm going to be sticking it in there and getting out of this tight spot.
I'm going to hold on to my saw because it's gonna loosen it up. And it'd probably be better to use a hammer instead of a hatchet, but you know, God said, "What is in thy hand?" And Moses said, "A rod." All right, I got a hatchet. Okay, so I got it free, no problems. I didn't hurt my saw, and I got out of the squeeze. Okay, now I'm going to cut again. That's why you have 2 wedges. I'm going to cut again and see how that goes. Okay,
so I'm trying to cut here again, going through the top about 2/3 of the way. And sometimes these trees have pressure on them in a way that you don't expect, which is the case with this one, because now I'm trying to get through there and I'm being careful, but I get stuck again.
that's supposed to happen on camera, right?
Yeah.
How do you get out of stuck places if you get stuck? You say, "Well, I never get stuck." Yeah, well.
It's usually a rare occasion that I get stuck, but you know, it does happen.
Okay. So, we got out once again. Now, apparently we've got some pressure on this tree coming in a little bit different direction than I expected. And that can happen, especially in a tree that's felled like this and laying here.
So you can see why it's good to have some of these wedges on hand when you're cutting wood, not only for felling trees, but for getting out of stuck places. So in this case, I'm going to make a bottom cut. We're going to see if we can get this separated without another pinch. So I cut about 1/3 of the way through. And I'm going to go on the top and cut down. See if I can get through this without pinching. So that's pretty much cut through there. Then I'm going to give it a kick. She's pretty tight there yet.
Cameraman isn't supposed to laugh. I'm gonna have to cut your pay if you're laughing at.
Whoa! That was scary.
Yeah.
Whoa! Better get the.
So you can see how the weight was binding on there, and you're going to get into all kinds of situations when you cut wood. You know, I'll put a link in the description below where you can buy these. Okay, I'll put a link. These are called Hardheads. This is the brand. All right, and I've had these for a number of years. A good friend of mine gave them to me, actually. So hard plastic so that if you're in the tree cutting and you've got your saw in there and you nick it or something like that, or you run this into your saw, it doesn't hurt it because it's plastic. So mine are a little banged up, but they're not bad. I've used them a lot of times, so they come in handy. I don't want to cut that all up there. I'm going to actually pull it down before I cut it up. Okay. Pull it down so it's off of that mess up there. I don't want to climb up there really.
So here I'm bucking up these logs. Some really nice wood. Nice and dry. Good firewood. And loading up the old pickup box trailer. My boys were working hard getting this trailer loaded.
All right, well, I'm going to show you how you can cut a big log like this without cutting into the dirt. Because you don't want to cut into the dirt with your chain or it won't last long. A new and sharp chain will last a very long time and cut a lot of trees if you don't run it in the dirt. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to cut about 2/3 of the way through, and then I'm going to roll the log.
So here I'm going to make a number of cuts just from the top side, going how far I can go safely down without being in danger of hitting the ground at all. And then I'm going to roll the log here, try to get it rolled over, and then I'm going to work through the last of the cut. That way you keep the chain sharp.
Nice. Yeah, take a look at that. That's hard. It'll make good firewood, and boy, that'll split easy.
We are now pulling out some of those trees so that it's a little easier to work with. You don't have to climb on all that mess.
Okay, well, I pulled gently because I don't want to, to put undue stress on the trailer or anything, so I was gentle. And we got them snagged out here, all right? So we'll just have to get that chain off. We'll get these cut up. Oh boy, we got a big load on here. I hope we make it home with these old tires on the old Ford. We got a big load of wood. She's some nice firewood. Yeah, but what do you think? Are we gonna make it? We got a few miles to go. Oh boy, look at those tires, they're cracked. And she's squatting. That's pretty wild. Well, it's 12:30, so we've been out here in the field an hour and a half. And of course it takes a little longer doing video. So, but we've had a good time. It's a little bit breezy and overcast today. I wish you could hear the wind whistling. It's just whistling in the trees here. Watch your step. It is a beautiful place in its own right. Oh, here's a big one. Big old cottonwood. Way up there. Yeah. So in a wet year, this would be flooded. But it's a fairly dry year. Person could, oh, there's some ice. We don't want to go swimming. At least it's frozen for the most part on top. But yeah, it's quite a spot. Quite a spot. Beautiful North Dakota. So, all right, well, if you
Like this video, subscribe.
all right, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Handy Henry and my two good hired men. All right. What do you got to say? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Woo!
So, as we pulled out of the field here, I should have probably stayed on the approach. I pulled up here on the road and got out to check things over. And wow, this tire doesn't look good. Oh boy. Then I walked around to check the back, make sure the logs were staying in place. And then surprise, surprise, oh my.
Well, is that a surprise? Not hardly, I guess. Boy, what kind of troubles do you have? Now, I think it just went. I was kind of watching it in my mirror. And she's definitely flat. I wonder if she'll take air at all. If we brought air out. Oh boy. I'd hate to really drive much. Well, no, I mean, I can't drive at all, but I mean, maybe we should just leave it here and come back. We'll have to unhook. That's how it happens sometimes, you know. You face challenges in life, and hey, you got to work with it, you know, and make the best of it and be thankful. My boys and I enjoyed a good time cutting firewood, and you know, got to work through challenges. So I think we're going to leave it sit right here. We're going to run and get an air compressor and see if it'll take air first. All right?
Well, stay tuned to see what happens. Do you think we're going to have to unload this whole trailer? Boy, I hope not. But we'll see. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't to the Handy Henry channel, and we'll see you next time.